be surprised to learn that the Islamic tradition actually confirms that actually the writer of the Gospel of John was John himself, the disciple of Jesus. And actually, Ibn Ishaq actually says that the writer of the Gospel of John was the Apostle John himself, about what Jesus, the son of Mary, stated in the Gospel which he received from God, for the extracted from John the Apostle, what John the Apostle set down for them when he wrote the Gospel for them from the testament of Jesus, son of Mary. He that hateth me hath hated the Lord. And Muhammad ibn Ishaq's hadiths are Hassan. Ibn Kathir never questions that the Apostle John himself wrote the Gospel of John. His writings, he actually mentions that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John wrote their Gospels, provided for you a translation of the entire Kathir, which says this. And this hadith is very strange. Even if Ibn Hibban authenticated it, sahahahu, meaning that it's correct, it's authentic. This is not something that is fake according to the Islamic tradition. And he goes on to quote, Ibn Jarir mentioned from Muhammad ibn Ishaq, more than one person mentioned, he says more than one person mentioned, there were 4 who transmitted the gospel, 4. Luke, Matthew, Mark, and John. 2 are from who knew the Messiah and saw him. They are Matthew and John. To look at, in addition to this, we also have to look at what did the Gospel of John say before the time of Muhammad or the time of Islam. Actually, we have the Pasitta, which is dated between the 4th and 5th century. I'm going to read John 1:1, which reads, in the origin, the Word had been existing, and that the Word had been existing with God, and that the Word was himself God. And then it goes on to say in verse 14, and the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. Jesus Christ is the only way. And if you believe in him, as the scripture says, whoever calls upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. That is, if you believe in Jesus as your Lord, as the Yahweh God, as your God, you will have eternal life.